Imagine waking up on the fourth day after a disaster. The initial chaos has subsided, but a new, more intense struggle begins. This is the moment when emergency kits run dry and the reality of long-term survival kicks in. It's a shift from the immediate crisis mindset to a long-haul sustainability perspective. As the adrenaline of the first 72 hours fades, a new set of challenges arise. Food supplies start dwindling, water sources become scarce, and the veneer of civility can start to crack as desperation sets in. The neighborly help you've been counting on might turn into a competition for resources. It's a stark reminder that surviving the first 72 hours is just the beginning. The real test comes when you realize that you need to prepare for the long haul, not just the immediate aftermath. The first 72 hours are just the beginning. Now, let's explore how to prepare for what comes next. Food is more than just sustenance, it's a symbol of hope and normalcy in times of crisis. When the dust settles after the first 72 hours, your snack packs and canned meals will be a thing of the past. The focus then shifts from merely surviving to sustaining. This is when a bag of rice or a can of beans becomes more than just food, it becomes a lifeline. If you're bugging in, it's time to tap into your reserves. Bulk staples like rice, beans, oats, canned meat, and shelf-stable oils should be your go-to. These are the foods that will keep you going when the emergency snacks run dry. But remember, it's not just about having the food, it's about using it wisely. Learn to stretch your calories, cook discreetly to avoid attracting unwanted attention, and ration intelligently. Should you decide to bug out, your food needs change. You'll need to pack lightweight, calorie-dense foods like jerky, rice packs, powdered milk, and trail mix. These foods are designed to give you the most energy for the least weight, making them perfect for on-the-go survival. But even these supplies will eventually run low. That's when you'll need to supplement with foraging, fishing, and trapping. Nature can be a bountiful pantry if you know where to look and what to look for. But remember, food is about more than just filling your stomach. It's about providing a sense of normalcy in a time of crisis. A warm meal at the end of a long day can do wonders for morale, giving you the mental boost you need to keep going. And perhaps most importantly, having a sustainable food source gives you a sense of control in a situation where so much is out of your hands. It's a reminder that you're not just surviving, you're thriving. With careful planning, you can ensure your food supply lasts long after the first 72 hours. Water, the essence of life. Without it, survival beyond the first few days is impossible. Now let's talk about moving past stored supplies. You've probably got barrels of water, maybe some bottled water too. That's great for the first few days, but what happens when they run dry? It's time to tap into sustainable water sources. If you're bugging in at home, setting up rainwater catchment systems can be a lifesaver. This might sound complicated, but it's not. You essentially need a clean surface to catch the rain and a container to store it. And don't forget, the larger the catchment area, the more water you can collect. But what if it's not raining? Or what if the water you found looks a little questionable? You need to know how to treat water to make it safe to drink. Boiling is one of the most effective methods, killing most pathogens. Chemical treatments can also work, but be sure to follow the instructions carefully. And remember, redundancy is key. Have multiple filters, have backup purification tablets. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. If one method fails, you need to have a plan B and a plan C. As desperation grows, so does the risk of violence. Your security plan must evolve to meet this threat. As resources dwindle and desperation mounts, the world outside your door can transform from a community into a battlefield. The first 3 days after disaster strikes are often marked by panic buying, but after that, expect door-to-door scavenging. Here's where your layered security comes into play. Start with blackout curtains. These not only help you maintain a low profile, but also conserve energy by regulating indoor temperatures. Noise discipline is equally crucial. Keep chatter to a minimum, move quietly, and avoid drawing attention to your location. Defensive measures are a must. This doesn't necessarily mean arming yourself to the teeth, though having some form of self-defense is advisable. Instead, think about fortifying your home. Reinforce doors and windows, create safe rooms, and set up warning systems like tripwires or alarms. But what if you're not bugging in? What if you're on the move, bugging out? Your security strategy needs to adapt. The key here is stealth. Travel quietly, avoid populated routes, and prioritize concility over confrontation. Remember, the goal isn't to fight, it's to survive. Establish hidden campsites and rotate locations if needed. Avoid lighting fires that could draw attention. Instead, use stealthy heat sources like a pocket stove. Always be aware of your surroundings and keep watch for potential threats. It's also important to remember that not all threats are human. Wildlife, weather, and the terrain itself can all pose significant risks. Knowing how to navigate these challenges is just as crucial to your survival as defending against other people. In the end, your security is about more than just physical safety. It's about giving you the peace of mind to focus on other aspects of survival, like finding food, purifying water, and maintaining your health. It's about reducing stress in an already stressful situation, allowing you to think clearly, make smart decisions, and ultimately, to stay alive. Security is paramount. Stay vigilant, stay safe. As darkness falls on the fourth day, the ability to generate power and light becomes a beacon of hope. The soft glow of your flashlight isn't just a tool to navigate the shadows, it's a symbol of endurance, a testament to your preparedness, and a quiet reminder that even in the most challenging situations, you can find your way. But what happens when the batteries run out? If you've ever been in the middle of a blackout, you know just how quickly a room can go from cozy to eerie once the lights flicker out. Now, imagine that on a larger scale. That's why it's vital to look beyond batteries when prepping for long-term survival. When you're bugging in at home, battery packs and candles can only last so long. That's where renewable energy sources come in. Consider investing in solar panels. They're not just good for the environment, they can also be a lifesaver when the grid goes down. And don't forget about hand-crank generators. They might seem like something from a bygone era, but these devices can generate power even when the sun isn't shining. Rechargeable systems are another crucial part of your arsenal. They may require an initial power source, but once that's depleted, they can be replenished over and over again. Plus, they're often more compact and lightweight than traditional batteries, making them a great choice for those who need to stay on the move. On the topic of light, remember that discipline is key. It's natural to want to light up your space when the world outside is dark, but that can inadvertently signal your location to others. Instead, opt for low-profile lighting options such as LED headlamps with long run times or red filters that reduce detection. When you're bugging out, rely on compact solar chargers. These can power your devices during the day and store energy for when the sun goes down. They're portable, efficient, and can be a literal lifeline in a post-disaster world. Power and light aren't just conveniences, they're critical to long-term survival. By looking beyond batteries and embracing sustainable solutions, you can ensure that when the lights go out, you're not left in the dark. Sanitation and health often take a back seat in survival situations, but neglecting them can be deadly. Imagine you've made it past the first few days. You've got food, water, and security under control, but then a simple cut gets infected, or a lack of proper sanitation makes you ill. Suddenly, you're no longer the master of your survival situation. Instead, you're playing a dangerous game with your health. When you're bugging in, keep in mind that running water, which we often take for granted, may no longer be available. This makes hygiene a serious threat. Stock up on essentials like bleach, soap, garbage bags, and buckets with liners for waste disposal. A well-stocked medical kit is also crucial. It should include bandages, antiseptics, antibiotics, pain relievers, and any necessary prescription medicines. Now let's talk about waste disposal. In a prolonged crisis, waste can quickly build up and become a health hazard. Designate a specific area away from your living quarters and water sources for waste disposal. Regularly treat this area with lime or bleach to reduce odor and disease-causing bacteria. If you're bugging out, you'll need to be even more resourceful. Carry compact hygiene kits and waterless cleaning supplies. Make a plan for waste disposal, such as digging a small latrine or packing it out in plastic bags. It's not glamorous, but it's necessary for survival. Remember, in a survival situation, even minor health issues can become major problems. Regularly check for things like skin infections, dental problems, and signs of dehydration or malnutrition. Finally, mental health is just as important. The stress of a survival situation can be overwhelming. Develop routines and find small ways to comfort yourself and others. This will help maintain morale and keep everyone focused on the goal, survival. Good hygiene and health maintenance can be the difference between life and death. So don't neglect these silent killers in your survival plans. In the aftermath of a disaster, do you stand alone or join forces with others? The choice can be a game changer. The solitary path, the lone wolf approach, offers stealth and discretion. Bugging in alone allows for complete control over resources and decisions, but it also means shouldering all responsibilities. Bugging out solo offers easier mobility and a smaller footprint, but it can be a lonely and exhausting road. On the other hand, forming alliances, banding together, can offer shared labor, diversified skills, and increased security. Bugging in with a trusted group can mean rotating watch duties, shared food preparation, and mutual aid in times of illness or injury. Bugging out with others can mean a stronger, more versatile unit able to face harsh conditions. But remember, these alliances require trust, clear roles, and established rules to avoid conflict. Whether you choose to go it alone or band together, make your decision wisely. Survival is not just about physical preparedness, it's a mental game too. The first 72 hours can be a whirlwind of chaos and uncertainty, but it's when the dust settles that the real test begins. This is where your mindset comes into play. It's easy to get caught up in the immediacy of a crisis, but long-term survival necessitates a shift in thinking. It's about looking beyond the immediate and into the future. Planning daily routines can provide a sense of normalcy and structure amidst the chaos. It's also about adaptability. Conditions change, resources dwindle, and new challenges emerge. Your ability to adapt to these changing circumstances is crucial to your survival. Remember, staying mentally strong and positive can help you navigate the most challenging survival situations. Your mindset can be your strongest ally or your worst enemy. Choose to adapt, endure, and survive.